All right, Cancer, welcome to your weekly Sidereal astrology forecast for October 5th through the 11th. My name is Athen. So a lot taking place this week. This is, of course, for Sidereal astrology. If you're new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below because your sign might be different. But Cancer, let's go ahead and have a look. It's not like last week. Last week, we didn't have a whole lot going on astrologically, but now it's all kind of coming into this week, a lot of aspects. If you have any questions, please do comment down below. But I'm going to go ahead and go through these and talk about the most important element of this. So Saturn sextiling the North Node all the way through Sunday. That's been an ongoing theme of support along your life path. There's a lot of life path shifts and changes happening for all of us this week. And for you, it's in the area of your communications or of socializing. It's your third house. It's also your outlooks on life. A lot of that shifting this week. So with Mercury retrograde, Mercury is now going to go direct on Friday. And when Mercury does, he's going to be going over that North Node, who's still going to be sextile by Saturn, which means Mercury will be sextiling Saturn as well. So I think all of us do have this patient approach to the future. And that's a very nice energy to have supporting this kind of conjunction with Saturn. And with all these shifts and changes, I think seeing that long road can really go a long ways. But I think naturally most of us will just be doing that because it can come quite easy. So if you've been reflecting on your communications, if you've been reflecting on the social aspects of life, maybe even the questions of whether you're getting enough alone time and relaxation, all of that starts to move forward for you and goes over that North Node. So there's a shift there in terms of you learning perhaps more about how you communicate, how you learn, how you think, how you socialize, how important that alone time is in your spirituality in general, since Mercury is associated with those areas. But in either case, that's Saturn, very well aspected. Saturn slowly still making his way into Scorpio. So there is that stern approach when it comes to you expressing yourself and your creativity. So I think being open to that can help this energy unfold even more. So with that being said, that's pretty much the energy of all week. That Mercury sextiling Saturn goes into next week. But with those in mind, Jupiter is also going to be trining up to Pluto going into next week as well. So there's a positive energy coming in from your routine, your health. Over the past many years, Pluto's been helping you restructure, metaphorically speaking, helping you restructure your routine, your health, your diet, your work environment, your crafts, and all of that is very much supporting the material aspects for you this week. The second house, which has been very active for you, has had Venus there helping you enjoy the material aspects of life. Perhaps you've been very direct, very assertive when it comes to your enjoyments, your values, the things you want to pursue, whether it's financial or otherwise. And with Jupiter, let's not forget, there is always expansion there and at least possibilities and optimism to be utilized when it comes to those, in this case, material values. So anyways, with Pluto trining up to Jupiter, that can mean more opportunities with that, and it will be coming from the more willingness and just maybe opportunities to change, or there's just changes happening there, and maybe with your work, maybe with your health, your diet, which is very supportive here when it comes to you really pursuing your values. So with those aspects in mind, we do have a sort of challenging split of the week here. The first half of the week has its challenging aspects. The second half of the week has a couple as well. So with the first half, Mars is going to be opposing up to Neptune, and the Sun does square up to Pluto. So here it's very important with all this assertiveness that maybe you are moving forward with in terms of your values, your sense of self-esteem and all of that. Well, that's great, but there's probably going to be some uncertainty, or if there is uncertainty, then that's Neptune. And it's about having faith and trust when it comes to those material aspects of life and not needing to have it all figured out per se. And so the more open you are to that openness to be guided by the universe, by God, by the flow of life, then that stuff starts to unfold for you a lot easier. Not necessarily now, it could be, but when you have that faith and trust, there is that tranquility about it and peace about it, which is what Neptune's really showing us with this kind of aspect. But with Mars, it's about what we want. It's about our drives. And then for you, it's very much relating to your career and your self-expression. So if there's uncertainty about career, if there's uncertainty about what you're passionate about in life, That's okay. There's a development of faith there that's happening for you there, and really helping you connect to the deeper aspects of life and what life's about, the beginnings and endings, which is all this 8th house energy. Now, in terms of the sun squaring up to Pluto, there is this constructive energy sort of needed when it comes to the routine and health and whatever it might be. It's really shaping and restructuring the material and financial aspects. And I say that because the sun does rule that 2nd house of yours. So there's change. And I think the more open you are to change when it comes to your values, and especially when it comes to your communications, like I was saying, with all of these shifts in your 3rd house and to socializing, when you're really open to non-attachment there, and you're willing to see things unfold in how they naturally will, which is also Pluto, then it becomes very constructive, actually. And it's a great week to really draw that line, to put your foot down. Maybe there are some things that need to be changed with your health, your diet, your work environment, or whatever. And as long as it's coming from the heart center, it's coming from compassion, and there's mutual respect, and there's that groundedness about it, then it can be a very good early part of the week to make change in both areas, your values and material stuff, as well as your communications and maybe even socializing and things like that. So after Mercury goes station direct, we do have different kind of energy. Venus squares up to Saturn, while the sun opposes up to Uranus over the weekend. So, Venus, first of all, does rule your groups, your friends, your home, your family, everything relating to your roots and your ideals and visions. So again, groundedness with that. That's what Saturn really represents, and patience with those things. But it can be very constructive when you are willing to take it nice and slow and build your roots in life, your home and family matters. Having that disciplined approach to those areas can really go a long ways. Now, with the sun opposing Uranus, there's been this, needing of opposition between travel and adventure and the spiritual aspects of life, which has been receding. That's where that whole lunar eclipse happened a couple weeks ago, or last week, depending on when you're watching this. And that's been receding. And so there's things that are being let go with that, but there's also a freedom that's shaping up for you to tap into that adventurous spirit. But remember, especially going into next week, that we can have possibilities, we can have adventure, but at the same time, there are responsibilities, there are the daily activities and the communications and even the financial matters, which need to be grounded and rooted. And so long as you are, coming from that grounded place, willing to make change to how you communicate, how you share information, and your material values in life, then Uranus can make it so that, can help you do it so that it's more in alignment with what you're truly about and who you really are. But a lot of times with the opposition, it feels like it's coming from the outside, coming from us, and that slow and steady approach really goes a long way, but being open to change is really the key with all these slow-moving planets. So Cancer, that's the highlight. Certainly changes continuing when it comes to the 3rd house of communications and socializing, 2nd house of your values and finances. And your ruler of the moon is actually going to be gearing up for a new moon here on Monday of next week. So you'll be feeling the energies receding. It's a very good time of the week, especially the 2nd half, to go internal, to reflect, to go into that balsamic phase, which is the tail end of this lunar cycle. And naturally, that'll be gearing up for the new beginnings, which will be shaping up for you around those communications and socializing and 3rd house activities, maybe even learning and things like that you might be involved with. That are going to be around the corner for you. So Cancer, have a great one. If you guys have any questions, please do let me know. This was, of course, for Sidereal Astrology. If you'd like more information, do check the description, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.